Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. It's your favorite baby girl Aisha Badmus and welcome back to Everything Naish. So you guys, today's video is a must watch, okay? Like if you're planning to relocate to Canada from Nigeria, not only from Nigeria, from any country basically, then you want to make sure you watch this video to the end, okay? I'm just sharing what I know about this particular topic. So from the title, you already know what we're about to talk about, right? So I made a video about the things that you can bring to Canada, or basically the foodstuffs that I brought to Canada from Nigeria, because I used to stay in Nigeria before I relocated to Canada few months ago. And this is like a part 2 of that video, okay? I'm here to share with you. Nobody asked me, okay, but I'm going to share with you all regardless. I know you guys need it, okay? Thank you so much for the love on the previous video. So I'm going to be sharing with you the foodstuffs basically that you cannot bring into Canada, that is not allowed into Canada. Mind you, people do bring them, but it is not allowed, okay? So that's the basics of this video. Now, I am not an immigration officer, but then this is just what I know about the whole foodstuffs prohibition and all of that. And if this is something that interests you, you're planning to relocate to Canada from Nigeria, from any other country, you want to make sure you watch this video to the end, okay? And I'll see you in a bit. So welcome back, guys. I have my book here as usual. You guys already know how we do it on this channel, right? So if you're planning to relocate to Canada from any country whatsoever, I'm going to be sharing with you the foodstuffs that is not allowed into Canada. Like you cannot cross the border with these foodstuffs. You cannot fly with these foodstuffs. They are prohibited. I do know that some people cargo these stuffs, but I don't know how legit it is. But these are the foodstuffs from Canada, from anywhere you're coming from, that you cannot bring into Canada basically, okay? And so you want to make sure you listen attentively to this video, because I mean, nobody wants to get to the airport and then you find out that maybe your stuffs are getting seized because of what you did not listen to instruction, okay? I listened to instruction. I did not bring anything that I was not supposed to bring. So let's, without further much ado, let's get right into the video. So number one thing that you are not allowed to bring into Canada is anything that contains chicken. Yeah, any product that has chicken is not allowed into Canada. Be it your Knorr chicken cube. If you're from Nigeria, we use Knorr chicken. Like we have a product called Knorr chicken. So if it's Knorr chicken, if it's your chicken Indomie chicken flavor, any product basically that contains chicken is not allowed in Canada. So if you're already packing your bags, okay, if you're packing your bags and you feel like, oh, let me just quickly put that chicken cube, think about it twice, okay? Now the funniest thing about these things is that it might get seized, it might not get seized. Some people don't, some people that attend to you at the airport, some of them don't really bother and some of them really bother. So it depends on who you are meeting. But basically it is not allowed. Anything that contains chicken, whether your Indomie or your Knorr chicken cube, do not bring it into Canada. Now I hear people say that they blend it. Yeah, I've heard people say that they blend it so as for them not to see the what's it called, the chicken on it, on the paper, that they blend it and then pour it into a Ziploc bag and bring it to Canada. If that's what you want to do, totally fine. I'm just sharing what I know to you, what I know. Yeah, what I know basically. So do not bring anything that contains chicken into Canada. It's gonna get seized, okay? And you're gonna be fined for it. Yeah, some of them, they charge you for violating the rules basically. So another thing that you are not supposed to bring into Canada is fresh meat. Yeah, your bush meat, anything fresh meat, like fresh meats. I think dried are allowed, like maybe dried fish. I don't think anything meat generally is not allowed, but I think like dried fish and all of that are allowed, but fresh meat are not allowed, whether it's from your father's farm or your mother's farm. But anything fresh meat, avoid bringing it into Canada. So once again, if you're already packing your load, you want to reconsider whether you want to bring that fresh meat, okay? So because I feel like everything, you will get it in this country, okay? There are a lot of meats, different species, a lot of seasoning cubes and all of that, but bringing fresh meat is prohibited. Do not bring fresh meat when moving or relocating to Canada basically. Another thing you don't want to bring is eggs. Yeah, crazy, I know. I'm still not able to understand the concept behind not bringing eggs, or maybe should we say because it's also like maybe chicken lay eggs, that's why eggs are not allowed. I don't know, but You are not supposed to bring eggs to Canada. Eggs and any dairy products, basically, yes. Eggs, milk, yogurt, any dairy product basically is not allowed in Canada. You know, when it comes to milk, right? Both your liquid milk, the evaporated one we use in Nigeria, your powdered milk, any type of milk is not accepted in Canada. You are not going to be allowed to fly with it, okay? It's gonna be seized or you're gonna be fined for doing that. So your eggs, keep it out. Why would you even bring egg in the first place? I mean, there are a lot of eggs here. Okay. So your milk, I know we might want to bring milk, but I think for this milk there are exceptions because I've heard people, it didn't happen with me, but I've heard people say that they bring in their milk and then they tell them at the immigration that it's for their babies and they allow them because I mean, you know how it's hard for babies to easily settle in a new country. So they tend to allow them to bring in their milk because it's for their babies. And some people also said that they empty the milks inside a Ziploc bag and just labeled it something else. I don't know how that works, but basically milk and anything dairy products, eggs, yogurts, they are not allowed in Canada. Fresh fruits is another thing that is not allowed in Canada. Your vegetables, everything fresh basically. Your vegetables, your cucumbers, oranges, and all of that, they are not allowed. Looking at fresh fruits, why would you even think of bringing fresh fruits? Because I mean, you're going to get a lot, and even like a lot of them, varieties, different species, different types of fruit over here. Okay, so I don't think that should be a concern. Okay, do not. I don't even think anybody brings fresh fruits into Canada. Okay, but if you are trying to do that, you might just as well just leave it at home. Okay, it's not necessary. Like it's not gonna cost you anything. Okay, you get a whole lot of them here, even though it doesn't taste like the Nigerian one. I mean, I feel like it's been planted with something that we don't know, but it doesn't really taste like our Nigerian fruits, but just avoid it. Okay, it's better you don't bring it than you get fined for it. Okay, so that's that about that. Another thing you don't want to bring is fresh vegetables. Yes, I already talked about that. Everything fresh, basically fresh meats, fresh vegetables, fresh. I brought vegetables but they were dried and it was not seized. Like I dried my ewedu, I dried my like I just let me tell you how I did. I bought it from the market. So my mother-in-law helped me to sun dry it for days. That was what we did basically. So I brought my dried ewedu, my dried ugu, my dried eforiro, my dried so many things. Even my locust beans was dried. I mentioned it in my previous video. So you want to avoid bringing fresh vegetables and fresh fruits. I mean, Canada is far. If you're coming from Nigeria, Canada is really far compared to like Nigeria to UK. So I feel like if you bring all those stuffs, it might not even last. Okay, so you might want to dry them if you really, really want to eat your fruits or your vegetables. You might want to dry your vegetables before bringing it into Canada. But if you bring it like that, my guess is another thing is kilishi. Guys, I know as a correct Abuja babe, I love kilishi, but sadly it is not allowed because it falls under the category of meat. So basically anything meat, chicken is not allowed. Goat meat, cow meat, pork meat, anything meat, chicken is not allowed. Okay, that was one of the most painful parts because I wanted to pack a bunch of kilishi coming to this country. Like I wanted to like pack a whole lot. But when I found out that it was not allowed, I just stepped back because I do like to listen to instructions. So those are the things basically that are not allowed when coming to Canada. I also heard, please mind you, okay, disclaimer, I'm not an immigration officer, but this is what I've read and I've learned from so many people and even online, like Canada sites. I also heard that palm oil is not allowed. So I think what some people do is either they wrap it in a way that they don't see it or they freeze it so that they don't find out that it is palm oil. But basically palm oil is not around. I personally, I did not bring my palm oil because I was scared of it maybe like spilling when they are throwing the bags around and I mean my lollies and all of that. So I cargoed my palm oil. Yes, so that's that about that. Kilishi is not allowed if you're wondering because it's meat and it's just not allowed. Okay, other stuffs are allowed, but I think these things that I've mentioned, they are not allowed. So you want to, if you're already packing that bag, just remove it. Okay, just remove it. Imagine buying thousands meat for thousands of naira and then it gets seized. You might be lucky that they don't seize it, but if you're not lucky, that's your wahala. Okay, so that's that about that. Basically other foodstuffs are allowed: your rice, your beans, your spaghetti, your seasoning cubes that is not chicken, your salt, your pasta, your semo, your amala, your everything, your tuwo, your tapioca, all of those stuffs are allowed. But this one that I've listed are not allowed in Canada. So let me know what you're gonna do with this information. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. If you find this very, very useful and helpful, please leave me a love comment or a heart comment or a heart emoji in the comment section, and I'll be sure to see you in my next one. Also, let me know if there are videos that you want to see from me. If it's something I can film, I'll definitely film it for you guys. But if it's not something I can film, I might just look for somebody to come and talk to you guys about, because I do not really like to talk about what I don't know anything about. Like, I love to talk about things that I have extensive knowledge about. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next one. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share, and do all of that good stuff. Okay, it makes me really happy, and I'll see you